Porsche 911 GT3 Road Car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome to OpaFed Gaming. I am the OpaFed. We are driving a 2022 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. We're driving it in a hypercar parade at the Trial Mountain Circuit. We're doing 5 laps. We were 16th of 16 cars. We started with a rolling start. Now this Porsche is just an absolute dream to drive, I tell you. It is just fantastic. It sticks to the road like you would not believe. Has great traction. You still have to be a little careful of the corners. You know, slow down a little bit, but on the straight sections, lots of power, lots of grip, great handling. Now, we got 5 laps we got to do, and they're not short. They're going to take a little bit of time, which is just absolutely awesome, because this one along the Trial Mountain Circuit track, along with the Grand Valley Highway and the Autodromo Nacional Monza track, are 3 of my favorite tracks in the game. The track just flows really nice. It has great corners. It has different elevations in it, and it has some nice straight stretches where you can do some heavy passing like we just did there. Absolutely awesome. Now, I've driven this track quite a bit, so I'm very familiar with it. I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination, but I think I do pretty good on this particular track. You know, use the full width, going from side to side as you go around a corner, so you don't have to slow down too much. You keep your speed up, and you can post a good lap. I really like this lap, and it looks great too. At sunset here, it looks even better. It's very stunning views with the sun shining through and hitting parts of the mountain. It looks absolutely awesome. Anyhow, we're coming around the corner here and we are finishing our first lap. Now, when you're ripping through here, sometimes you have to go from side to side around these guys, but you know, you cannot afford to let these guys hold you back. So when you catch up to them, you do, or you should, try and get by them as quickly as possible. Now, we got 15 cars we got to pass all together. With 5 laps, that's 3 cars per lap. So we're keeping up pretty good pace, although without any kind of heads-up display on, we can't see it. I was suggested that at an earlier date to turn everything off, including the driving line. I was a little hesitant at first, but you know, ever since I've turned everything off, the immersion feels better, and the whole race in the game feels better. And I like it a lot better. So, if you have a different opinion, let me know. Now we're coming up down here by the tunnel again. And there's the nice straight stretch where we can get 1 or 2 guys. Well, we're going to get 2 for sure. I don't think we're going to get that 3rd one because he's a little bit too far ahead. Now, ever since I've been driving on in Gran Turismo, I've been driving in VR with the headset. And I used to drive before I got the headset, of course, but I didn't have my channel yet and didn't have no videos, and I used to drive in 3rd person, and it was kind of nice. I enjoyed it. Now this particular video, I'm gonna drive it again, and the exact same race, and I'll post the video the very next day after this video is published. And I'm gonna post it in 3rd person just to see what the consensus is out there, see if people, which one they like better, the VR or the 3rd person, and if you have an opinion, please let me know. Anyhow, we're coming around the corner here, and that will be our 2nd lap finished. Now, like I said, I don't know how many cars we got left to pass, but I'm not really too worried about it. Even if we don't win the race, it's such a beautiful race, and it's such a beautiful car to drive that I'm just having a good time just racing the race for racing's sake. And that's what it's all about, you know? We should be playing the games just because it's fun. Now, as we're coming up around the corner here, going back into that very first tunnel, we're catching up to a newer Porsche, I believe. But even that is not going to stop the OpaFed, because we're going to come around the corner here. We might have to wait a little bit, because during these here back and forth, it's really difficult to pass. So there's no point in trying to squeeze by him. Or when I first started racing, I was a little bit more chaotic, and that's what I would do because I wanted to win the race in the very first lap. Now that I've been racing for a little while, actually the reason is because I wasn't having a lot of success. I was overshooting corners and I was running off the track, so I decided to slow down a little bit and have a little more patience. Like here, just wait it out, and the opportunity to pass him will come. As you can see, we're on the outside yet. That was surprising. But if you have a little bit of patience, I think you're going to get a lot better race. You get better lap time, you get more wins, and in return, it's a lot more fun. So that's my mindset. Just take the attack and spread it out over the amount of laps that you got, and go a little bit slower, have more control. That's what we're trying to do, because I believe that if we do it that way, we get a better chance of winning. Anyhow, that's the way I do it. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody else has to do it that way. Everybody plays their own game, and that's all right, because there is no wrong or right in playing video games. There's only having fun. That's it. As we're skipping by this guy, we are finishing our third lap. 2 more laps to go. We're done over half the race. Now, I can see a car up ahead there, so we're not in the lead. We're second at best. But there might be another car in front of this guy. I'm not sure. Or he might be the lead car. We don't know until we finish the race. Now, he's going to be tough to catch, because if he is the lead car, they're usually the fastest ones on the track. So we'll see when we're going to get, in a little bit here, we're going to get through the tunnel and down to that long straight stretch, and we'll see how tough he's going to be, or if we're going to be able to pass him. If we are, then I'm not sure. I don't think he is the lead. I think there's one more in front of him. Anyhow, we're going to find out soon enough. Here we go. Absolutely awesome. I just love this race, boy, I tell you. This track is so much fun to drive. Anyhow, as we're coming up around the corner, I don't see anybody yet. I don't see anybody in front of us, but we might have to wait all the way to the grandstand before we might see anybody, because here these areas are back and forth. It's very hard to see any distance. But we're going to be over there soon. This lap is quickly evaporating, that's for sure. Well, I tell you, you know, you think 5 laps would take a while, and it does, but you get so engrossed in playing the game and racing the car that you forget about the time and the cars on the track, because I think I saw one there. There he is. There's one car ahead of it. I believe he might be the last guy. So we've got 1 lap that we have to catch him in and pass him if we want to win the race. And the best place to pass him is that tunnel. So we got to work like a dog here and get on the horse, get moving, and catch up to him before we get to that tunnel, because you don't want to take the time in the tunnel to catch him. But I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. I think we're going to catch up to him fine over here. Like I said, you know, these guys, they seem to slow right down in the corners, but see here, now I'm catching up to him, and then he zips away again. When the straight comes, they take off on you, but the corners, they really slow down, so that's where you got to get him. If you can't get him in the straights, you got to get him in the corners. Now we'll see how fast he's going to go. There we go. Wow. Well, you know, he's doing really well. We might be able to get, I think we're going to get him, but he is the fastest I've seen in this game. Wow, he was really going, because I got my foot to the floor. Now we just slow her down a little bit for this corner, not too much, because it isn't that sharp a corner. We can take it wide, and then we come in here and we do our back and forth in this little S curve, just shooting from side to side. There we go. What an awesome race. I really enjoyed this one. Anyhow, stay tuned till tomorrow when I put up the one in third person, and let me know what you think. VR or not to VR? Anyhow, you have yourself a great day. Hope to see you again real soon at OpenFed Gaming. You've been racing with the OpenFed.